Hello friends, next we are going to continue with the types of leveling. There are 6 variety of leveling: simple leveling, differential leveling, fly leveling, profile leveling, cross-sectional leveling, reciprocal leveling. Right, so we are going to see what they are, and next, after completing this leveling, we going to talk about the main subject. There are two methods for obtaining the elevation of different point. That is the ultimate aim of the leveling. We need to get the elevation. It can be computed by two different methods: height of instrument or plane of collimation, or height of collimation method. Second one is rise and fall method. Right, that we are going to see in detail in the next video. Right, in this video we are going to see the types of leveling alone. What is simple leveling? When the difference in elevation of two nearby point is required. Say I require the elevational value of this point and from this point. Just I can place the instrument on this mid of those 2 points or somewhere else, such that both the point must be visible from the instrument position. Right, so if one point may be the benchmark, the known value of the elevation value is known. On that benchmark, if you hold the leveling staff, after the proper leveling, all the temporary adjustment were made, the reading was taken over the staff. Here it is the mention in feet. We are using the metric staff only, so metric value you will obtain. You can note that value. So the known elevational value plus benchmark will give the height of instrument. So at this point we know the elevational value. Then we are seeing the point which we required the elevation, there we are holding the leveling staff. We are getting one value. From here the distance we have obtained. So up to this we are know the elevation value of the instrument. So if you subtract this distance, you will get the elevation of this point. Right, so thus we can just obtaining the elevation value of two different points. That is alone, there is no change point, nothing. So this is the simple leveling. Next is the differential leveling. It is performed when the final point is very far from the first point. Right, so it is started from here and it goes up to here. In between the point 1 and 5 there may be long distance, and the intervisibility also not possible. So we need to change oftenly the instrument. Say there are first position, we are obtaining in the staff reading on the benchmark. Next the intermediate, but it is not intermediate, we need to change again. Right, so when the terrain is in the undulated pattern, we need to go for a differential leveling to attain the final point RL. So we need to oftenly change in between. We need to change the instrument position oftenly. That type of leveling is the differential leveling. Right, the picture shows the with the values. We will solve with the problem also. Right, next is the fly leveling, performed when the work site is very far away from the benchmark. Right, the benchmark is somewhere else and our work site is very far away. We need to carry that benchmark value to our site, then we have to proceed. The survey starts by taking backside at benchmark and proceed towards work site till he find a suitable place for the temporary benchmark establishment. All works are done with respect to this benchmark only. Since it was carried from the known benchmark and it transferred to the work site, from there onwards all the standard will be checked with that point only. right? So at the end of the day, the surveyor come back to the original benchmark and check whether we have done rightly or not. This is called the fly leveling. And if we come back to the same point, same benchmark, and check the tally whether it is happened rightly, the same benchmark value in the computation obtained, it is also called as check leveling also, right? Next, to obtain the profile of our earth surface, it may be in longitudinal direction or it may be in cross sectional direction, right? So to obtain the terrain longitudinal section, right, profile means the how the earth is in from one point to another, the longitudinal profile, how it is, how the cross section. This is mainly used in the highway construction, railroad, transmission line, where we can place the materials properly, whether we need to cut, whether need to fill, whether we need to make the level, how everything will be decided by this profile leveling, which yields elevation at definite points along a reference line, provides the needed data for designing facilities such as highways, railroads, transmission line. RL of various points at regular interval along the line is calculated. It has to be, since if a road has to be laid at regular interval, it has to be checked, right? After getting RL of various points, the profile is drawn in the graph sheet. Normally vertical scale is much larger than the horizontal scale. Horizontal is distance. Compared to the distance, the elevation value is more important, so there we will keep the larger scale for the clear view how the profile is, right? This is the profile leveling. And the next one is the reciprocal leveling. When the leveling across river is required, this method is applied to get rid of various. How it is? We are going to solve the problem using this method also. Since we can't hold the leveling staff inside the water body, right, but we need to determine the elevation value between this end to that end, such that I need to confirm the elevation value. For this, the reciprocal leveling is utilized, right? So till now we have seen about reciprocal leveling, profile leveling, fly leveling, differential leveling, simple leveling, right? All the 6 types we have seen, right? Thank you friends. We will continue the next video with the different topic.